There is a silent truth that only those who rise above mediocrity understand. Greatness is built in the shadows, while others waste their breath seeking validation. The wise channel their energy into something far greater, into action. The Stoics, those ancient masters of discipline, knew that talking about goals meant nothing. It was action and action alone that separated the great from the mediocre. There will always be doubters who do not believe in the path you walk. Let them talk, let them doubt. Let them wait to see results while you are busy creating them. True success is not about proving them wrong. It is about proving yourself right. You are not here to meet their expectations. You are here to exceed your own. And if you ever feel like stopping, when doubt creeps in or fatigue tries to break you, remember that the struggle you endure today is the foundation of the success you will stand on tomorrow. This is the way of the Stoic path, the path of silent excellence. Do not let the distractions of the external world deter you from your purpose. With every commitment to discipline, with every challenge you embrace, you become stronger. You are forging yourself into something unshakable, something extraordinary. And when the world finally turns its eyes toward you, it will not be because you sought its approval, but because your persistence and your results have made your presence undeniable. Trust the process. Let go of the need for immediate recognition. Focus on the work and let the world catch up later. When they finally see you, they will not just see a person who succeeded. They will see someone who refused to stop, someone who chose effort over comfort, someone who mastered the art of silent greatness. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic minds, wrote in his private journal, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one." This single line embodies the essence of true progress. Stop discussing what must be done and simply do it. Words mean nothing in the absence of execution. You may declare your ambitions to the world, but unless you prove them through your deeds, they are nothing more than whispers lost in the wind. The world does not reward those who speak of ambition. It rewards those who work relentlessly in silence, away from the distractions of external noise. Many seek applause before they have earned it, announcing their plans in hopes of recognition. In doing so, they expose themselves to doubt, envy, and discouragement. Every moment spent justifying your path to others is a moment stolen from the work itself. If you truly want to transform yourself, you must shut out the world, lock in on your goals, and let your results speak for themselves. This is the nature of true power. It is built in silence, nurtured by patience, and revealed only when fully realized. The journey will not be easy. You will face resistance, temptation, and doubt. Even your own mind will try to trick you into seeking validation, into proving yourself before your work is complete. But resist this urge. True mastery is not about being seen. It is about becoming undeniable. The world will take notice in time, not because you demanded attention, but because your results spoke louder than words ever could. Most people live their lives in a loop of talking and seeking validation. They announce their plans, chase recognition, and crave approval. The Stoics knew that true discipline is silent. Epictetus, once a slave turned philosopher, taught that we should not speak of our progress, but show it through action. When you vocalize your plans too soon, you give others the opportunity to judge or discourage you. The mind, easily influenced by external noise, shifts from doing to defending, from action to explanation. Imagine a blacksmith hammering away at a piece of iron. He does not announce to the world that he is forging a sword. He simply works, day by day, strike after strike, until one day his masterpiece is revealed. By then, the work is already done. Now imagine another blacksmith who pauses constantly to tell others what he is making, waiting for approval before each strike. His progress slows, his focus weakens, and his energy is divided between the work and his need for recognition. The same principle applies to personal growth. If you constantly tell the world about your intentions before you have built anything of substance, you invite resistance, doubt, and unnecessary expectation. The mind, eager for validation, becomes tangled in external judgment instead of directing energy to the task at hand. Science even shows that talking about your goals can create a false sense of accomplishment, tricking the brain into believing progress has been made when nothing has changed. You gain the illusion of achievement without results. The moment you announce your goals, you tap into the temporary rush of recognition. But in doing so, you weaken the deeper drive needed to follow through. True discipline is built in moments of solitude. The silent worker moves forward without applause, without validation, and without permission. Each day's effort compounds until the results are undeniable. This is the power of silent discipline. When you seek validation, you give your power away. Seneca warned that those who depend on praise will always be slaves to opinion, forever at the mercy of the crowd. Consider a sculptor. If he constantly asks others for approval before the statue is finished, he will never complete it. If he bends to every suggestion, his work will never be his own. The same is true of life. If your confidence depends on others, you will always be controlled by external forces. Real strength comes from self-belief. When you no longer need validation, you become unshakable. The Stoics taught detachment from the opinions of others. The more you care about noise, the less control you have over your own mind. Imagine walking through a storm. The wind howls, the rain lashes, thunder roars. If you react to every gust, you stumble, but if you focus on your stride, step by step, you move forward despite the chaos. Life is that storm. Opinions are the wind. If you bend to every direction, you lose your way. But if your roots are deep, if your foundation is strong, you will endure. Critics will doubt you, envy will surround you, and some will try to break your momentum. But their voices are only noise, and noise cannot stop you unless you let it. A tree that bends to every wind never grows tall. A ship that shifts with every wave never reaches its destination. So remain steady, trust your purpose, hold your course with quiet determination. The storm will pass, but your progress will remain. And when the skies finally clear, you will stand unshaken, not because the journey was easy, but because you chose to endure it. The trap of seeking validation is subtle but destructive. From childhood, we are conditioned to crave approval. A smile from a teacher, applause from a parent, recognition from our peers. These become signals that shape our sense of worth. Yet the Stoics warned that if our identity is built on the shifting sands of opinion, we will forever remain unstable. Seneca wrote that those who rely on the applause of others are never free. They live as slaves, bound to the ever-changing moods of the crowd. When praise comes, they rise. When criticism comes, they collapse. Such a life is not mastery, but dependence. True freedom begins when you no longer need recognition to validate your path. Consider the sculptor who works in solitude. He does not show the half-finished marble to anyone, nor does he ask if his vision is acceptable. He chips away in silence, guided only by his inner standard. Day after day, he persists until the statue is complete. Then, when the curtain is finally pulled back, the world sees not a process of hesitation and self-doubt, but a masterpiece born of conviction. Had he relied on the voices of others, his work would have been fragmented, diluted, and weak. But because he trusted himself, it stands as a creation no one can ignore. Life itself is much the same. If your direction changes every time someone questions you, then you are not steering your own ship. You are letting the winds of opinion toss you about on an endless sea. The Stoics believed that the only true anchor is inner principle, not external applause. When you live according to your reason, your values, and your discipline, you gain a strength that no critic can shake. This strength is not arrogance. It is not the rejection of wisdom or learning from others. Rather, it is the refusal to let noise dictate your worth. To be stoic is to listen when necessary, to learn with humility, but never to hand over the reins of your destiny to the crowd. You may take advice, but you do not beg for approval. You may hear opinion, but you do not let it sway your purpose. The more you detach from praise, the more you free yourself to pursue the work itself with purity. Think of history's greatest innovators, leaders, and creators. They did not wait for validation before acting. Many were doubted, ridiculed, or ignored while their visions were still in the shadows, but their results made them undeniable. The Stoics remind us that glory never comes from noise in the beginning. It comes from perseverance in silence until the work itself speaks. Epictetus said that if you want to improve, you must be content to be thought foolish. For a time, the world may mock your discipline, your restraint, or your obsession with unseen work. But when your foundation is complete, the very people who doubted will stand in awe. Validation is not only dangerous because it weakens resolve. It is dangerous because it offers a counterfeit sense of achievement. Modern science confirms what the Stoics intuitively knew. Speaking about your goals too early can trick the brain into feeling that progress has already been made. The applause you receive from declaring your intentions delivers a rush of satisfaction, yet no real work has been done. This illusion drains your drive and reduces the urgency to act. The Stoics, in their simplicity, offered the cure: speak less, do more. The path forward is clear. If you wish to rise above mediocrity, abandon the need to be seen at every stage. Protect your vision while it is fragile. Water the roots in silence until the tree has grown strong enough to weather storms. When the branches rise into the sky, the world will notice on its own. And when that day comes, your work will not be a plea for validation, but an undeniable testament to discipline, patience, and persistence. Detachment from the opinions of others is not indifference, it is freedom. The Stoics understood that the mind can never be steady if it is chained to the voices of the crowd. To care too deeply about external judgment is to surrender your peace to forces you cannot control. Marcus Aurelius wrote that if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. In other words, it is not the insult that wounds you, it is your decision to let the insult matter. It is not the doubt of others that stops you, it is your choice to grant their doubt authority over your path. Imagine walking through a storm. The wind howls, the rain lashes against your skin, thunder roars from above. If you try to react to every gust of wind and every flash of lightning, you stumble, falter, and lose your direction. But if you set your eyes on the road ahead and walk steadily, one step after another, you move forward despite the chaos. Life is that storm, and opinions are the wind. They will swirl, shift, and howl around you, but they only have the power to knock you off course if you yield to them. The disciplined man walks forward with purpose, knowing the storm cannot last forever, but his progress will. A tree that bends to every change of wind will never grow tall. It must root itself deeply, resisting the pull of external forces, standing firm until it becomes unshakable. The deeper the roots, the stronger the tree becomes, able to withstand even the fiercest of storms. So it is with the human spirit. Your discipline, resilience, and self-awareness are the roots that keep you firm against the shifting opinions of the world. Without them, you sway endlessly, torn between praise and criticism. With them, you endure unmoved and grow stronger through each challenge. The Stoic way is not to ignore the world completely, but to master the art of detachment. You hear criticism without being broken by it. You hear praise without becoming drunk on it. You remain steady, rooted in your values and guided by reason. This detachment does not make you cold. It makes you free. Free to act according to your principles rather than the fleeting moods of others. Free to choose effort over comfort, progress over applause. Free to keep building even when no one is watching. Every journey toward greatness will face resistance. Some will doubt you, others will envy you, and many will attempt to discourage you. Some will do it out of jealousy, others out of their own fears projected onto you. But their words are only noise. Noise cannot stop you unless you let it become the voice in your head. The Stoics taught that the battlefield is not the world outside, but the mind within. If you master your response, you master your fate. Picture a ship sailing through violent waters. Waves crash against the hull. Winds howl. The night is dark and uncertain. A weak captain panics, turning the wheel with every sudden gust, veering off course in fear. But a disciplined captain holds steady. He keeps his eyes on the stars, grips the wheel firmly, and trusts his course. The storm rages, but it passes, as storms always do. When the sun rises, the ship is still moving forward, not because the sea was calm, but because the captain refused to surrender control. You are the captain of your life. If you give in to every wave of opinion, you drift aimlessly. But if you hold firm to your principles, no storm can prevent you from reaching your destination. This is why the Stoics place so much emphasis on inner strength. They knew that the external world is fickle, unpredictable, and often hostile. The only domain you truly command is yourself. Guard it well. Do not let applause inflate you. Do not let criticism deflate you. Both are distractions from the work itself.